What is happening, guys? Lee here, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be working on our trailers here. We've got a flatbed and we've got the advertising trailer over there as well, but they're kind of surplus to requirements. We've never used the advertising trailer and the flatbed trailer is used very seldomly. What we're going to do is we're going to get these tidied up today, and then we're actually going to get these up for sale, and we're going to buy a new car transporter trailer, which is going to be a lot handier for us for the upcoming projects. So basically this flatbed trailer, I bought this, God, I've had this for about probably 5 years now. I bought it off someone. They used it to actually transport their quad, but we've actually just used it mostly for taking rubbish to the skip. Any flat materials or anything, we could sit on there and transport them pretty easily. Basically today we're going to get the wheels sanded down, get them painted. The mud guards are okay, we're just going to get it cleaned up. We'll get the tyres a wee paint as well. So what we're going to do is we'll probably just get these posts taken back off. We'll just unbolt them. They might come in handy for a future project. The tow hitch, we'll probably get that sanded down and painted over here as well. There isn't too much to do to this one. Mikey was out yesterday, gave it a power wash, so it's all pretty clean, ready to go. At the back here, we're going to have to do something with the ramp at the back here. What we'll do is we'll probably just sand this down and give this a paint grey as well. It just tidies it up, just so there's no rust or anything on show, and it should be a tidy enough trailer once we've done that. There's a little bit more work to do on the advertising trailer. So we actually built this trailer myself, probably built it around about a year ago. I bought this was just a small car trailer with sides on it. So what we did, we cut the sides off it and built an A-frame and timber, and then stuck plywood sheets onto the side there. We were actually going to use this as an advertising trailer for our business, but we've decided not to now. As you can see, we've got it all painted up. It's all nice and grey, the anthracite grey, like how we like things. So we're basically just I'm going to get Mikey to give us a power wash down, get it all cleaned up. The wheels and everything have already been painted, so that's all good there. But basically, because it's been sitting for about a year since we built it, the paint and the first layer of the plywood's actually started peeling away here. So we're going to try and power wash as much of that off as we can. As you can see, it's just peeling away quite easily there. So we're going to get the power washer on that, and then what's left will get scraped off, give it another wash down, and then we're going to give the whole thing another couple of coats of white gloss paint as well. So that's nice and fresh, ready to go. So first things first, we'll get Mikey out here with the power washer. We'll get this power wash down and scraped down. While he's doing that, I'm going to unbolt all these sides here, and I'm going to start making a go at painting, sanding this down and painting this as well. Let's get going, guys. Right, so our first task here is we're going to get all these 6 posts off here. It's just a 13mm bolt, so get a spanner. Okay, so that's all the posts off. Next task is we're going to get this light board off, which is just held on by a couple of bits of wire. So we'll just get the light board, we'll drop it to the floor just now, and then we're going to give this back gate a sand down. What we're going to use for that is it's a wire brush for the drill here. It's a wrong drill actually, but we'll get the right drill. But this is a wire brush for the drill, which is going to be nice and handy for getting in to all these awkward wee shapes and things in here, which is going to be ideal. So we'll get this light board off, we'll get this sanded down, and then we can start giving this back door a coat of paint there. Right, so we're just going to go over and have a wee look at this trailer, see how it's cleaned up, a lot of the moss off, which is good. It's come up pretty nice. I think this side just needs maybe a wee light sand just to get some of that bubbling away, and then we can give that a coat. Although this side here, this was the worst side. It has took all the moss off, and as we thought, it would take off at least the paint. Yeah, so we're just going to need to get get all that layer scraped off there. Hopefully it's dry by the time we've done that, and then we can just give it a light sand down, fill up any bits. There is a couple of bits here that's needing filled up. So yeah, once we've scraped it all down, sanded it down, we can give this a fill, another sand, and then this side's ready for a paint as well. So we've got all the ramp sanded down and prepared, ready for a bit of primer now. Just nipped along to Home Bargains because we ran out of primer. It's a great place to get it because it's only £1.99 a tin, whereas like to screw fix along the road was £5.99 a tin. So it's a lot cheaper, and it does the job, especially when you're just using it on trailers or old trucks or whatever. It certainly does the job just for tidying them up. So we'll get a coat of primer on the ramp now. Going to then get the wheels sanded down, and then once we've done that, we can get a coat of primer on the wheels, and then we'll jump back and we'll get this sprayed. I think we're just going to use silver wheel spray paint, so we're just going to use this on the ramp and on the wheels as well, because it's kind of got the galvanised body. I think it's going to marry in just quite nicely with that. So let's get a coat of primer on the ramp. We were in yesterday, but unfortunately there was heavy snow, and we came into about 2 or 3 inches of snow in the yard. So what we want to do is just get as much of these trailers done as possible, try and get them finished up and get down the road just in case the road closed for us getting home. So but it turned out the snow in the afternoon actually died down a bit, and we managed to get down the road just fine. We've actually finished this trailer now. We've painted all the back ramps here. We used the steel wheel paint on that, and that's came in. It looks really nice now. It actually matches the trailer pretty well, but it just tidied it up for us. I do apologise about the noise. The big doors, roller doors here, are rattling about in the wind. We've actually got the wheels painted now as well. So after we painted the ramp, we sanded down all the wheels, and we've painted them with the steel wheel paint as well, with about 3 or 4 coats on there. But again, it just tidies them up, takes your eye off any rust or anything that was there. We've got as much of that off as possible, primered and painted. And lastly, the hitch now as well has been painted. So that's pretty much it for this trailer here. An update on the advertising trailer. Mikey's been working hard on this. He was sanding this down. Yesterday he actually got some of the filler done and a undercoat of paint on there again. As you can see, there's still bits needing filled. You can see where the plywood joins there, so we're going to fill that. There's a couple of bits at the top, some nail holes and things. We're going to get some more filler on that, and then we can get another couple of coats of paint on that. This side was a little bit wet, so we're just letting this dry. I think it should be dry enough now. It feels not too bad. But yeah, once that's fully dry, he can get that sanded down. We'll get a undercoat of paint on that as well. We've eventually got the advertising trailer finished now. It took a little bit longer than expected, but we're mostly waiting on the paint drying. It's just so cold just now. We're in the middle of winter, so everything's taking a bit longer to dry than usual. But basically we went round, filled most of the panels. We've filled in where all the panels join. We've gave it a good, I think it's 2 coats undercoat and then a couple of coats of gloss on top of that as well. We've put the capping piece on the top, so that's going to deter any water. We've sealed that in and painted that a couple of times as well. On the front we've fitted the new jockey wheel on here as well. That was a nice easy job. It was just drill a couple of holes in there, a couple of bolts, and we already had the jockey wheel for this anyway. And going round the side, this was already painted. It's looking all right, you know. We painted this about a year ago. It still looks fine, so there was no point in putting any more anthracite on there. We've put the back stabilisers on now as well. Again, we had these in stock ready to go. It was just a case of drilling a couple of holes, couple of bolts through there, and it just stabilises it a bit more on the back as well. Although we've not got them right down at the moment, so it isn't sitting too stable. But yeah, it certainly helps, especially up here when we're getting high winds at the moment. I'm hoping that the stabilisers help keep it upright. So that's it for this video, guys. Hit like, drop a comment below, let us know what you thought of this video, and also hit subscribe for upcoming future projects as well. That's it for this video, guys. Cheers, catch you on the next one.